Welcome to No Stats, where we call it how we see it.
Back again with another one.
Yes, sir.
What's the
What you
question
got for me?
today, baby? You know when I start moving like this, it's some juice in the tank, guys.
What you got for me, Beast? What you got for me?
We talking about the bull Bron today, ain't we?
Yeah.
Big, big statement. Also, big bluff of him saying that he has a lot to think about going
Hold on,
into
hold on.
this
I'm gonna
offseason.
stop you real fast, bro. Because before we jumped on, I said, "Don't get me mad. Don't get me mad. Don't disrespect the goat." So just rephrase that. Rephrase your, lower your tone. Take the bass
My
out your
fault.
voice.
I was a little
Yeah,
passive aggressive.
yeah. Take the bass out your voice. Go ahead.
LeBron James. Nah, LeBron made some statements after the sweep. He made some statements that kind of got Laker fans and the basketball world a little on edge. Oh, Bron, don't go, Bron, no, no, Bron, don't. Somebody give me a tissue. He's not going nowhere. That was the biggest bluff I've ever seen. Come on, man. We talking about a guy that wants to play with his son, that still is playing at an elite level for his age. Like, he didn't even decline. Still has championship aspirations. And you think just all of a sudden after a loss that this man is going to really consider retirement? That's just to keep the Lakers on their toes, man. To make sure they don't fuck up this offseason.
I hear everything you say, bro, and I agree. I do agree. But let me throw these two things at you. Number one, bro, he just got out of that series, and I think sometimes, and I know we expect guys to say the right thing when they up there, but I think that shit took a toll on him. I think the season is as a whole took a
Was
toll on him.
tired of it.
And when he got up there, bro, we seen how tired he looked. Right? So when you in that moment, bro, you just lost. When you just lose, when you know a game, your mind not in the right spot. You saying things, that may not be genuine up there, right? And you got a lot, like you said, I got a lot to think about. This is a guy that is in his 20th year. He's done everything. His legacy is cemented. And we'll get to that. But what about the idea of retiring for the year and then coming back with his son when his son's there? Because he has to get to a whole nother season before his son is back. Now, if he does retire, he walks away on $100 million. And that's why I don't think he's going to retire either. I mean, I never met nobody that's going to turn down more money. That's $100 million, bro. That's a lot of money. I know Bron a billionaire, but that's a lot.
That is definitely that's a lot of chicken.
So
I
I
just
don't think he'll retire either. I think it was the spirit of the moment thing. After that long play, think about it. Bron ain't been that far since the bubble, 2020, and he was still, that's still 3 years ago, right? So that's 3-year younger legs. So I think, like I said, these past couple of years, the injuries have been creeping up. He mentioned being available for his teammates and things like that. So I think it was some truth in it. Like I do think it's sometimes is in his mind. Like, when do I step away? He does want to play with his son, but he also said, "What if my son don't want to play with me? That's completely fine." So what if Bronny's like, "Dad, like, I really don't even want to hoop with you."
I wanna know how these stars are supposed to align for some shit like that to happen. So
Yeah.
obviously, we did a Bronny segment a couple weeks ago with him committing to UFC, and I stated on there how I think Bronny will rise in the draft rankings, arguably become a lottery pick. I think he definitely goes top 10 without a doubt.
You thinking top
What
10?
team?
Okay.
I'm thinking top 10. I just don't know what team that's gonna be trash, that's gonna have a top 10 pick, but then also have the cap room. If like, is that gonna
But that's
line
what
up?
I'm saying, bro. I think by that time, he has the player option. LeBron might say, "Let me take this $50 million this year," right? If he does play, and then if that's his last season, we got 2 years left for LeBron. That last year will be. I think he'll do it. He'll do it on a discount, on a bargain, to play with his son. And that bad team should have cap space because who the hell they spending money on if they that bad?
Oh man, yo, look, I paused for like 2 seconds as I was stating. I was like, wait, I was like, they should have the cap space in my head if they fucking suck.
Real rap, real rap,
My bad,
real
my
rap.
bad, my
But
bad.
I don't think Bronny's gonna go top 10, bro. I think Bronny's a hell of a player, but I think Bronny may go right outside the lottery. I think Bronny may go maybe end of the lottery, somewhere between that 13 to 18 range. I can see Lonnie getting drafted.
Can I throw in there, bro? I want to know your reasoning, but I would just
Mm-hmm.
want to throw in there my whole reason behind the lottery, the top 10, is because of his game, the IQ. But one of the most important things is the flair and the aura that he's gonna bring to any organization that he steps foot
True.
on. You know, being who he is, who his father is, Bronny's gonna automatically put
But
ticket sales through the roof. So if I'm a team, like, especially if I'm missing, like, if I really gotta hold the field at that 1, that 2 spot, however Bronny developed his game at USC. Bro, I'm taking him. If I'm fucking the Wizards and I got the fucking 7th pick, I am going to get LeBron James. Fuck calling him Bronny. LeBron James. I got a LeBron James in the building. Bro, top 10, bro. Top 10.
but I get that, bro. But my thing is this: do you want to win or do you want to put butts in the seat? Because don't get me wrong, Bronny can play, bro, but he's a 6'3" combo guard. Is he a 1? Can he play the 1? You know, how is he going to defend on this next level against top tier guards? And I promise you that there will be better point guards this year coming in college basketball. Bronny's going to play well. And the name is going to, you know, fill the seats in USC and is going to fill seats in the NBA as well. But that organization needs to make that decision. Do I want butts in the seat or do I need a guy that can win? Because that year story is going to be great. Bron playing with Bronny. Everybody's going to be at those games. But when Bron retires, and let's say Bronny's ceiling is Marcus Smart, right? If you can get a guy like, if there's a Devin Booker, if there's a Jamal Murray out there, if there's a Ja Morant, are you going to, if it's this, and we're living in a world now where it's point guard heavy. The NBA has a lot of point guards. So if you have these guards, are you going to pass on the talent for the name? Not saying Bronny doesn't have talent, but I'm thinking that there's going to be some better talent that'll get drafted before him. Because you got overseas, bro. You got G League.
His draft weak as shit.
Right now. Right now, bro.
Hold on, bro. I don't know if you know. I'm trying to get this fucking bar that weak ass. It's the 2024 draft I got in my hands.
Bro, but you know how that goes, bro. Right now it seems weak.
But
you'll get a guy. Yeah, guys start playing well, bro. You know, when we look back at that Trae Young and Luka draft, like Trae Young came on the scene at Oklahoma. I really didn't know too much about Luka. I started hearing about him heading up to the draft. A couple of those guys in that draft. I'm trying to remember. I think that was DeAndre Ayton.
DeAndre Ayton's draft.
But it didn't. I was like, I don't really know about these dudes. I liked Trae Young because it was exciting at Oklahoma, but a lot of people knocked him because of his size. So right now it seems trash. It does. I agree. But let college basketball start. Let's see. You know, guys been in the gym working. We know. I remember you was playing the 4. You came back like a guard. So you never know.
Hyperbolic time chamber work, man.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
Bro, I want to bring this up, man, because we was you know, this segment, the whole show is dedicated to Bron, man. Isn't it crazy? Like, when I was watching the game, I was just in awe. Like, damn, one day this guy won't be in the league. Like, you ever watch a Bron old highlight tape, him coming down a lane, doing some crazy shit, coming down, wham, he throw that shit off the glass, coming down the no look. Bro, it was like, when are we going to see that again, bro? When are we going to see that again, bro? And while we was watching it, it was like, you thought he was going to be this guy forever. And I think back in October, November, I went to the Sixers-Lakers game. And I was watching some of the, the shots he was missing. I was looking at his body language, not like negative body language, but like a tiredness. I was like, yo, this man has a lot of miles on his body. For him to be playing at, uh, it's one thing being in the league 20 years, bro,
You
but
took the thing right out of my head, bro.
being dominant.
And living in the finals half your career, bro. Your season isn't ending. Like, it's not just 82 games. It's not 82 game seasons, bro. It's not even first round or second round. Half of your career has been to the end, to the very end, bro. Half of your career you've lived in the finals, bro.
That shit is crazy and it's amazing, and it's like, I don't want to take LeBron for granted, and no one out there should, because he's the last of, and I'm talking to a lot of my '90s babies, but he's the last of our
True.
our
Melo just
people.
retired.
You know what I'm saying? Like even put this in the context. Our post Kobe's, Tim Duncan's, KG, Dirk, LeBron, CP3, like Wade,
Melo.
Bosh, like Melo. Our post those guys are getting old. The PGs, the Kawhis, the Kevin Durant's, the James Harden, the Russell
Curry
Westbrook, Steph
even.
Curry. Like
Yeah.
those guys are the vets now, bro. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like that
Yeah.
is just it's so crazy to me, bro. That later on down the line we're gonna be talking about so much shit that we was able to witness during our era of basketball. You know when you talk to that old guy, and I know I'm rambling right now, but you know when you talk to
No,
that
go
old
ahead,
guy that
ramble.
be like, and you should have
And
seen the
my
1988
yeah.
Lakers was at the top of the world. The Detroit Pistons did this, and it's like, damn, like the Pistons was doing that. You need to see our Pistons right now, man. Like
Real rap.
shit. But it's
Yeah.
just like to see the game growth and to see the evolution of the game and the talent and the era that we was in, and I just want to pay more homage to that, bro. Have more respect for those guys, and I know LeBron has a load of haters, but I have so much respect for LeBron,
Nah,
man,
yeah,
and
he
what
good.
he has done for the game and with the game, and thank you for getting swept this year, because I've been fucking trolling the shit out of Lakers fans. So shout out to the boy Bron, man.
Yeah, you had to end it there. It was very poetic, and then your ending, your finale, the way you closed the show was horrible. So I'm gonna pick it up and save it. Nah, bro, you're absolutely right, bro. I was watching that game 4, and let's not skip over that performance. That first half performance was ridiculous. On both ends of the floor. Uh, he just was giving it his all, bro. And I think I have been, I'm a huge LeBron fan, right? You a KD fan, but I've been locked into this for his whole career, bro. And even like you got to block out the noise sometime, bro, because Mike, even Kobe didn't really go through this world of constant sports shows, constant, you know, hate. People hate when you compare people to Mike. If you ask an old head, will there ever be a better player than Mike? They're gonna say no. And it's like, all right, all right, we don't know. Like, why can't there be somebody better? I want to see somebody better than Bron. That'd be dope. But when you block out all of that, bro, and you just look at his career as a whole, even starting back from high school and the expectations around this man and him coming into the league and what he's been doing for such a long period. Finals, 3 different organizations, MVPs, and I know we was talking about Jokic. I'm gonna come back to Bron, but I know we was talking about Jokic, right? And he has 2 MVPs, and the league might have, you brought this up, gave him the treatment of, you got 2, we're not gonna give you this one. How many years did they do that to Bron? How many MVPs is Bron supposed to have? Because if I bring up Bron's team's record and his numbers against guys that won MVPs, like, no disrespect to Kobe, but the year Kobe won one, they had to give Kobe one. Kobe only got 1 MVP. They had to give him that
no
one.
disrespect to Dirk.
He should have. He should have had that Dirk
Or
one.
Nash.
But if you look at LeBron's numbers compared to Kobe's numbers that year, LeBron, that D Rose series, I know D Rose was playing phenomenal and it was a highlight film and it was something nice. But how many times did LeBron should have been MVP? Then the championship thing, man. I know people like to hold that record, but you know how I feel about that. I don't know since when has it been. Yeah, and I don't know when it becomes better to lose in the first round, than in the finals. That blows my mind. Mike got swept back-to-back years, in the first round, but that's cool as long as you don't lose in the finals. So I'm not making this a Mike LeBron debate. I'm just saying, in my eyes, bro, LeBron is the greatest player ever, bro. The record, the longevity. People also try to use longevity as like it's a knock. But to be doing this well for this long, it's kind of like on some, just to switch it to hip hop, some Jay-Z type stuff. We've seen what Hove has done for hip hop for a long period of time, and how he gracefully has grown through generations, and that's what Bron is doing through generations. The game has changed so much, and people like to call this NBA, soft, but LeBron has been playing since 2003. He's been playing with the Cole. He played with the Kobe's, the T-Macs, the Shaqs.
He played with damn near half the coaches.
Damn near. That's what I'm saying, bro. So it's just been a phenomenal ride, and it's not done. I'm not saying it's done, but the guy's cemented, bro. He's the GOAT. You know how I feel about that. I don't think there's a player that's ever touched the basketball that's better than LeBron, Ramon, James.
I think it ages. I think it definitely ages to where, even if it's a couple years once he's out of the league, I think he will be the undisputed GOAT. And I think it's not gonna be like, I don't think he's gonna hold too much weight of it. I think the balance of, you're gonna still have like 38% of people say Mike, but then I think you're gonna have that 62% where, years prior it was probably at like 30 or 40. Now it's up to like 60% saying like Bron the GOAT. Just if you package everything together as a whole, like Mike was a winner. You know me. Our first video was the Mike and LeBron debate. And I was on Mike's side of the fence. But when you look at LeBron as a whole and what he's done for the game, his body of work, and I think the off the court shit, you have to factor that shit in there too with the school, what he stands for, and the father figure he is, and not being shown in a bad life, the husband, the brother, everything that he is, and then for him to have grew up with a single mother and to get through this life is like from brother to brother. Salute, man. Like that's the GOAT. That's the GOAT, man.
There we go. Thank you, Peach. And I just want to end on this. And all you guys that were born fucking 1990 and above, 1990 and earlier or later, I guess. Stop with this. If I hear y'all say Jordan, it's gonna piss me off. We're gonna start having some guests on here really soon.
I thought we was in it.
No, hold on.
We was in some cool shit.
Hold on. I gotta get this off my chest. And y'all that saying Mike the GOAT, relax. You never watched the full 82 game season of Mike. You watched the Last Dance YouTube highlights and you're listening to your pop. Relax. LeBron is the GOAT. Don't get me in my bag.
Yo, you're gonna have to excuse Savage. He does not play about this debate right here.
GOAT, bro.
I said, what is he doing as soon as you started saying that?